Hi everybody and welcome. Welcome. This is a little surprise. We're here early because I pushed the wrong button. Yeah, actually, that's what happened. So we'll go with that, okay? Thank you guys so much for joining me today. We're going to talk about this book. We're going to talk about the astrology. We're going to give some stuff away, and we're just going to have some fun today. Does that sound good? Does that sound like something you would like? If so, be sure and stick around to the very end because I have several things I'm going to give away. So excuse me for just a second while I finish getting ready since I pushed the wrong button and we started early. I'll be ready in just 1 second. Today, can you believe it? I can't believe it. Marks the 2-year anniversary of this book, Spiritual Reiki. Hi, welcome. It was one of those things, you know you're going to write a book, you know that you're really excited about writing a book, but then the process of writing it is just so huge that it's like, will I finish it? Will I finish it in time? All of those things, right? So yeah, it's just amazing. I just can't believe it. Hello, hi. Um, I want to celebrate this milestone of the book being 2 with you guys. And like I say, we're going to talk about the book a little bit. We're going to talk about writing, and of course, I want to give some prizes away. So be sure stay till the end. If you're new here, especially, why not consider subscribing? Okay, and definitely feel free to say hi during this because this is live. Okay, let me know where you're located too, because that's always fun. I am currently in beautiful New Mexico today. And yeah, the weather is pretty warm. Hi, thank you so much. Um, I have quite a bit I want to cover. I want to thank everybody for watching, of course, as always. Um, as a private person, I never really thought I would enjoy being on YouTube. But it's because of you guys, it's because of the community here that this experience has been so fun. I've met so many wonderful people. I feel so fortunate to have such a lovely community of people here. Really, you guys rock. It's just amazing. It's not what I assumed it would be at all. So yeah. Okay, let's start with a little bit of astrology. We have a super strawberry moon coming up shortly. The UK folks will view it on Tuesday, the 14th of June, 2022, and the day before on the 13th from the Northern Hemisphere. So this is a super moon, which means it's going to be very large. So if you're out driving at night, expect to be surprised by this ginormous moon. Yeah, uh-huh. Um, the supermoon will be 222,000 miles away, or 356 kilometers away. 356,000 kilometers away from Earth, which is still really far, but it's really close. That's how we end up with the supermoon. It's the distance it is from the planet. Um, the interesting thing about the strawberry moon, too, is that it will occur in the last week of Gemini season. I do have a video on Gemini season, so check that out if you haven't yet. The moon will be in Sagittarius, so it's a strawberry super full moon in Sag, opposite Gemini. And these signs are opposite each other. So it's really interesting how this is going to play out. This moon will leave us feeling very self-assured and optimistic. This is a time, though, when anything could happen, and we're more likely to take risks, we're more likely to try new things and have adventures. We're just more likely to step out there, too. If you've been thinking about changing jobs, this is the time you send the resume off. If you've been thinking about planning a vacation, this is the time you probably do it. Or if you've been thinking about asking for a promotion, you're most likely to do it now because you are feeling confident. However, though, a square off between the full moon and Neptune could cloud our judgment and make it hard to fully grasp what's reality and what's wishful thinking. So, with that, we have to be careful that we aren't overestimating things. Like if you volunteer for a new project at work, don't underestimate how much time or responsibility is involved. So, with this Neptune energy, too, we can expect some surprises. So don't jump to conclusions And think before changing plans, as I said, volunteering for anything. Because this energy, this Neptune energy with the Gemini and Sagittarius will have us more likely to volunteer for extra stuff. We think we're kind of invincible and we're ready to do it. Oh, drive across the country? Sure, why not? You know, that's how this energy plays out, which is fun, but we have to be realistic too. So overall, June and July are going to be very busy seasons for just about all the signs. I've got another video coming out for Cancer season. It'll probably be a week away though. And I do apologize for not doing more readings this month or doing any readings this month. I have been really busy at the Reiki clinic, seeing clients and doing healing sessions. But I will get back on track, I do promise. So from there, let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about Reiki, and then I won't keep you too long on the subject of Reiki, and we'll do a card pull for a lucky person, okay? So, for those that don't know me, my name is Sarah Parker Thomas, right there. Yeah. And I own the Serenity Reiki Clinic. Yep, same name as this channel. I opened it approximately 18 years ago, a long time ago. And at the Reiki Clinic, I help people with Reiki. I help them move past pain, anxiety, illness, and disease, such as cancer and other issues. So it's really, really good work. It's really heavy work. It doesn't really make for good video though. So that's why I don't normally film sessions or talk too much about Reiki on this channel. I do some, but it's not something that really translates into videos. It's more a personal experience. But yeah, I do occasionally do affirmations that are infused with Reiki, and I do meditations as well. Reiki is great for relaxation, for meditations, for chilling, for really helping us get back grounded and feeling more like ourselves. I didn't invent Reiki. Reiki was developed in the early 1900s in Japan, and it roughly translates from the Japanese words rei, meaning universal, and ki, meaning vitality, life force that flows through all living things. So today, here we are almost 100 years later, and Reiki is used all over the world, including hospitals, clinics, and hospice. So the reason we're still doing Reiki is really simple. We're doing it because it works, and it adds value to people's lives. It's something that's available, that anyone can learn, that anyone can practice. It doesn't have to be, it's not a religion. You don't have to be a certain nationality or anything like that. People all over the world do Reiki, and we all benefit from it. So Reiki aids in healing people energetically. And I know that sounds kind of new age, but like I say, this is over 100 years old. So, when we say that, we mean that we're getting back in balance. We're balancing physically, we're balancing emotionally, we're balancing mentally and spiritually. Reiki treats the whole person. So it's not just you have a cough, here's a cough suppressant. Reiki goes to the root of the issue. Why are you coughing? Why are you stressed? Why are you experiencing what you're experiencing or making the decisions that you're making? Because a lot of people come to Reiki too for things like self-sabotage or to help with shadow work or to get out of that feeling stuck routine. So Reiki is really great because it works on the entire being, which includes your body, your mind, and your emotions. It can be very successful treating all types of issues. And being that Reiki uses universal life force energy, it's not me or, hello, the Reiki practitioner doing that. So it's not something where, we have to be born with a special ability. There are healers that are born healers that use a different type of modality. Anybody can learn Reiki. It's super easy, super simple, and it can become a life-changing experience. And it definitely changed my life. I had no intentions of becoming a Reiki teacher, none whatsoever. It wasn't on my radar. It wasn't something that I think I'll do this. No. As an empath, I could pretty much feel energy before I started Reiki. And it wasn't anything I really wanted to embrace because it was overwhelming. And if there's any empaths out there, then hi. If there's any empaths out there, then I know you know what I'm talking about. Being around other people sometimes can be overwhelming, and especially if they're upset, you feel what they're feeling. So that's why a lot of people are kind of anxious about doing Reiki because they think, "Oh, it's just going to make that stronger and more overwhelming." But I can tell you it's just the opposite. Learning Reiki will really help you clarify what's your emotions, what's going on with you versus what's going on outside in the world. Um, I, like I say, didn't ever really think this was going to be my path, but Spirit had something else in store for me. So, yeah. So what happened was my husband died unexpectedly, and I had a really hard time with the grief. Really, really hard time. And a friend of mine suggested that I go and take Reiki classes. And I said, well, can you teach me? And he said, nope, you need to go somewhere else where nobody knows you, and you need to go out of your comfort zone, which was like, yeah, sure. But I did. I went and I investigated Reiki teachers, and I found one in San Antonio, Texas, that was certified by the San Antonio College. And I went and I met with her, and I talked to her about spirituality and Reiki and healing and energy. And we were on the same page. And she felt real and she felt authentic to me. So I started taking classes. And like I say, I never in a million years thought I would go all the way to becoming a teacher. I just was going to take Reiki for the grief and get better and go on about my life. But that didn't work. The more I learned, the more I wanted to know, the more this new healing ability blew my mind. Because suddenly now I had a way to help people. When people came up to me and said, oh, my back hurts, I have a way to help them. When somebody said, oh, I'm not sleeping at night, oh, I can help you with that. So Reiki was phenomenal in that way. And that's really how I ended up with the clinic. I was coming back and forth from San Antonio to the town that I lived in. So it was an hour and a half drive each way. I was committed. And showing people, look what I learned. Look at this. Check this out. You got to feel this. And I was doing it at the supermarket. I was doing it at kids' birthday parties. I was doing it at the dollar store. Pretty much anytime I ran into somebody and was talking to them, and then they told me they had an issue, I would show them. And from there, they went, oh, well, can you have about an hour-long session? And I was flabbergasted. Well, yes, I could do that. So I started working out of a carriage house and renting space there. And very quickly, in the case, I think it was less than a month, we just were inundated with people. And it was like this, I need a bigger space. And that's how the clinic was born. So I moved into a bigger space with more people, with a receptionist, and yeah, it just took off from there. But the more I practiced Reiki, the more not only did I learn about energy, the more I also felt myself expanding, my energy expanding, my knowledge expanding. Because the thing about Reiki is, being that it's universal life force energy, it's not me doing it, as I said earlier, nor is it my energy. It's energy that I am literally pulling in from the universe, and then you are, if you're on the table, your body is accepting the amount of energy that it needs and sending it where it needs to go. So every time you give a treatment, you also receive one. And I needed a lot of healing. I needed a lot. And it really did help me on so many levels. I cannot convey enough how much Reiki changed my life. Not just the fact that it became a vocation and a way of life, but just the personal healing that it occurred for me was just like amazing, amazing. So, on this channel, I mainly cover astrology and tarot. I also like to share affirmations and other things like info on chakras and animal meanings and things like that. Occasionally, I'll even tell a ghost story. But like I said, the main reason I don't do Reiki here is it's pretty boring to watch. There are lots of lots of things in this book that I could share with you, but unless you're a Reiki person, you probably could care less. I would appreciate you, of course, reading the book. That would be great, but that's not what I'm going to give away today. I have been very fortunate that you guys have bought the book and supported me, and thank you again. What I'm going to give away right now is, how about a 15-minute session with me? You can use it, we'll talk over the phone. You can use it for astrology, tarot, or healing. How does that sound? So the first person that comments 2020, because that was the year the book was published. So if you leave a comment now, 2020, then you will win. And my son is watching, and as soon as you comment 2020, then you will win a free 15-minute session. I'm going to take a drink of water while this happens. Oh, look at that. Woohoo! Audrey, good. Congratulations. Okay, so if you will email me at serenityreikiclinic@gmail.com, I'll send you a link to my calendar, and you can pick the time that works best for you. Awesome, and congratulations. So as I was saying, I've always been an empath, and I've always been able to feel energy. And it was, in the beginning, totally a curse, not a blessing, a curse. I was very fortunate to have a teacher at a very young age, and that really helped me. But, as kids do, you go off the path and kind of move away from spiritual stuff. And that happens to all of us. There are times when we're all about our family. There are times when we're all about work. And then there are times when we're all about spirituality. If you find that something is missing in your life right now, it could be spirituality. It's not something that we really talk about that much, considering how important it is too. But yeah. So, okay, the next person to comment, you can just say hi. I will pull a card for you, okay? So comment right now, and I will pull a card. I can see you guys are there. Don't be shy. Just comment something, say hi, and I'll pull a card for you. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about, oh, hey, okay, we got one. Okay, so let me pull a card. I'm going to clean the cards really fast, and then I'll pull it, and we'll see what's what. What deck should we use? Maybe we should go old school. Let's go old school. And you guys stay tuned because there's more giveaways. We had a lot of really interesting things happen last month. I had this book was just hit one, and it we had a lot of interesting things happen in that video. So yeah. So here we go. I'm gonna pull your card. Oh, okay. So I'm going to get it where you can see it. There we go. Knight of Cups. Okay, this is an interesting card. This is someone who is emotional, but also doesn't rush into things. This is somebody who thinks things through, but they do value their emotions. We see this most of the time. We see people that are emotional making choices from emotions. This is not you. You're somebody who thinks things through, but you do value your emotions. You're ready for a change right now. You're ready for things to get better. I mean, I know that's kind of vague, but I think it's across the board. I think you're looking for a new job, or you just started one, and you're ready for things to get going, but you're not rushing. You took your time and you planned the changes that you were going to make. And so here we are now, where you're beginning this new journey, or it's about to begin. So I think, yeah, this is a good place to be. it's one of those things where we're on the cusp of big changes. The knight represents someone with honor and passion too, and compassion, and someone who is not afraid to take chances and move forward. Cups represent, as I said, emotions. So you could also be a water sign. But regardless, you're influenced by your emotions and by water and by the moon. So you're also in touch with nature. I think that, yeah, if you have recently been ill, you're feeling much better now. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, let me know. And yeah, let me go back to my script here and we'll draw another card in just a minute. Okay. Okay, the last 2 years. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the last 2 years. To say they've been interesting, is that an understatement or what? I've sold books. This one was translated into Polish. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. I just feel so honored. And it is about to be translated into French. Parlez-vous français? Yeah, I'm really excited about that too. I've gotten some really nice reviews, and I want to thank everyone for leaving reviews on Amazon. Currently, we're at 685, which just blows my mind. I just can't say thank you enough. Readers have taken the time to post reviews not just there on Amazon, but also on Barnes & Noble and Goodreads. So it's amazing, and thank you, and keep it up, and oh my gosh, thanks so much. They have also sent me emails and told me in person that they enjoyed the book, which makes me feel so, so good. You can't imagine actually what it means, because writing is something you do. Thank you, Amanda. Writing is something you do alone. It's like having a one-sided conversation. So you wonder if it's going to translate. You know what you want to say, but speaking to someone face to face versus writing is completely different. So you're wondering if the words work, if the idea translates, and you're actually hoping that maybe somebody will read the book, they'll find it somewhere and actually pick it up. And of course, the publisher was fantastic on both books, same publisher. And the art, oh my gosh, look at that art. Didn't it? It's just amazing. Just really, really amazing. So there's so many things to be grateful for over the last 2 years. A lot of crazy shit happened, yes, but yeah, it just blows my mind to even think about all that's happened. And I really appreciate it that you guys have stuck around and been here with the channel and been with me through all of this. And if you ever doubt if authors really care if you leave a review, let me tell you, they do. You have no idea. So keep them coming. It's invaluable. Reviews are just like leaving a like or a comment on a YouTube video. They change the algorithm so the book gets seen. And also, if you leave a review where you talk about the book, that could be something that somebody is looking for, and it's like, oh, that's exactly what I needed. Oh, good. Love to read. Yes. Yes. So if you're searching for a specific title or something and you're unsure which book, because there's a million of them on Amazon, literally, we read the reviews, don't we? So yeah, so that's why it's really important to take the time to do it. This book came up, and it opened up a lot of new experiences for me. And I just, yeah, that too is just mind-blowing. Since the book came out, I have been on healing summits. I've been interviewed on podcast and here on YouTube. I've had some other offers I've had to turn down just because of logistics. And it's been amazing. I've met readers, and every single meeting has been a privilege. It's been so much fun. Over the last 2 years, I've made new friends. I have lost people, though, during the course of the pandemic. So the journey in writing doesn't come easy to me, personally, because it's kind of like, writing is, like I say, it's a one-sided conversation, and you kind of open your soul in a book, and you discuss ideas and concepts that aren't even close to mainstream, especially. It can be kind of taking a major leap, but you guys accepted it, and you actually urged me on, and I can't say thank you enough for that. Before I opened up the clinic, I lived in a small town in South Central Texas, about 7,000 people. And as I said, I was treating people in a carriage house, and everybody knew everybody. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But before I opened up the actual brick and mortar clinic, I went and I talked to my parents, because it's like, this is going to be something that impacts them too, because it's a small town and this is woo woo. This is, big stuff, right? And my parents actually encouraged me, saying, Sarah, if you can help people, you should do it. So, plain and simple words of advice, but it still resonates with me. If you can help people, you should do it. And so, if you're struggling with something like that yourself, if you're struggling with maybe embracing being a healer or whatever it is, think about that. If you can help somebody, why not do it? Yeah. Personally, I think card readings help people too, in a different way than the Reiki, of course, but they give us clarity around situations. Sometimes they point us in the right direction, and sometimes they show us that we have opportunities that we may not be aware of. So yeah, I think they're very helpful too. So the next person who comments now with the word book will win a 20-minute card reading from me. And we'll do it over WhatsApp. So comment book to win. I'm going to take a drink of water while we do this. Okay, and yes, you can win something this time, even though you won something last month. Somebody asked me that before the video. Yeah, Sarah, I'd like to watch it, but I won stuff on the last one. It's okay, you can win on this one too. Okay. While we're getting a winner, comment now to win. Don't be shy. I can see you out there. I am a psychic. I'm a professional one. Ah, look. Okay, you won. All right. So I need you to email me at Serenity Reiki Clinic at Gmail. It's the name of the channel, at Gmail. And I'll send you a link to my calendar and you can book in. Okay? Great. And congratulations. So let me pull a card right now too, to get an idea of the energy. And I know I've jumped around here pretty good so far on this this live stream, but it's really interesting how things happen. Great, thank you. How things happen. You may have an idea of what direction you think your life is moving in, but Spirit knows what you need. So sometimes you don't get what you want, but you get what you need. So it could be you're here today for that very same reason. This may not be what you wanted, but this may be what you need. So what can we expect for the rest of today? Dreams need a practical plan. Okay, don't know if you can see that good. How about now? Better? So this is interesting, Taurus moon. This is something I think we all kind of suffer from time to time, and especially it's going to be something once we get into the strawberry full moon. We feel invincible, or most people go back and forth between feeling completely and totally out of their depth to feeling invincible. And it doesn't make any logical sense, but it's, part of it is the energy and just part of it is our circumstances. In a volatile society like we are in right now, So, okay, you know what you want to do. You have a dream. It could be starting a business. It could be moving. Let's say it's moving. You're ready to move. Do you have a practical plan though? Where are you going to move? And you can live anywhere. But you need to get clear on it, because the universe will work with you to bring what you need to you. But for that to happen, the universe needs the facts. Think of it like a computer. If you're trying to do a search on Google and you just put in one word, moving, you're going to get all kind of random stuff, from moving companies to movements of birds and things like that. That's why when we talk to the universe, when we talk to Spirit, when we do affirmations, we try and be clear on what we want. Now, sometimes we don't get that. We get what we need instead, but it's a great place to start. So if you're trying to form a plan, Think of it that way. What would you type in Google? Where's the best place to live in South America? Okay, that narrows it down a little bit. Let's say it says, let's say you're moving to Belize. Where's the best place in Belize to live? You're getting more information now. And from there, it would be make a plan to perhaps go to Belize, look around, eat at the local places, see how much things cost, all of those logical, practical things. And you know what to do. You do. But this new energy, especially with the strawberry moon, is going to kind of push us into jumping out there and just packing a bag and moving to Belize. So don't do that. Well, I mean, you can do it if you want to, but you probably need a plan. So yeah. And it kind of looks, it's an interesting moon, isn't it? Oh, okay, okay. So, okay, you just need, you need a plan. So, yeah. So, let me see. What have I talked to you about? I've talked to you a little bit about the book. I haven't showed you the book. Here it is. Here's the back of it. And it is beautiful. Throat chakra support. The actual, I don't know if you can see it better. How about that? A little bit better? A little bit better. The actual hand positions. Beautiful mandalas. Talk a little bit about breath work, about meditation, about crystals, about taking classes, how Reiki works, spiritual and emotional healing, how it works with our dreams, how it improves our psychic abilities, what is a spiritual experience. Yeah, so it is a gorgeous book. And I'm really, really happy. I'm really happy with the publishing house. They did a great job on it. And yeah, just amazing, really. So it was a journey. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a labor of love, but it was intensive. It was really intensive. Somebody asked me the other day if I was writing fiction. And I'm like, excuse me? What do you mean? It's like, well, isn't fiction easier to write? And I'm like, oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, there are rules to writing fiction, but generally just use your imagination and go from there. But when you're writing nonfiction books, yeah, it's a completely different thing, and some of the stuff is conjecture, of course, but most of it is backed with a science. So, because you guys know me, I love science. I love where people run experiments. I love reading scientific data that proves what we already know. We're all made of energy, and everything is affected by everything else. So Reiki makes a really wonderful, wonderful asset to any healer's toolbox, and it is something that anyone can learn. So I'm going to probably call this done. We're a little over 30 minutes here, so I think I'm going to call this done. Should I give away one more thing? Yeah, maybe I'll give away one more thing. So, okay. How about a half hour with me? So, all right. You can use this half hour. Let me tell you how you could win it first, and I'll tell you what it is. So much for taking notes here. Just write pick me, okay? Pick me. The first person that writes pick me, and you'll win a half hour session with me over WhatsApp or over the telephone. We'll do Reiki, or we'll do cards, we'll do astrology, whatever it is you need. Or if you want to pick my brain about writing, or if you want to talk about getting your own energy business off the ground, I'll help you with that too. Because a lot of people do come to me, okay, we have a winner. Congratulations. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here, for commenting, for liking the video, for liking the book, for leaving wonderful reviews. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm here because of you. I really am. And I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate your community too. I think we're so lucky that we have built a community of like-minded people who want to talk about astrology, want to talk about tarot, want to talk about energy and healing. And it's a safe space where we can, and we can all learn and grow together. So thank you guys so much. So I'm losing my voice. I think it's time to go. Reiki blessings. I'll talk to you soon.